I am start streaming now. Hello. Hello. Let's see how this looks on the YouTubes. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? There's my channel on my page. My heart's so filled with rage. I'm looking for something that rhymes with rage. Let's see. Let's mute this bad boy. And see how this looks, because I don't have my iPad. That's almost on my iPad. So now I get to look and see. Hey, that's streaming pretty clean. Except it doesn't have my little... Oh, no. There it goes. Lost the cleanness. What the heck, man?
No matter.
Well, it was like super clean for a second, and then it went bam. Now it's clean again.
It's because
And
it
it's...
has OBS open.
What do you mean? See, that's what it looks like. It should look like that.
That is weird. I don't know what's happening there. Let's see what happens if I move this.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What is happening?
I'm a boomer. Duplicate sources?
There
you go.
No,
Now let's see again. In a few seconds, this should change. Unmute. Am I muted? While listening to myself. Getting computer work done while listening. Great video quality. How's my voice? Can you hear me? Because for some reason it says unmute on that thing.
I'm listening to Mike's voice.
Yeah. Looks super clean. Aloha, Mike. Aloha. Bang! There we go. Alright.
I don't know why there's black borders.
There are black borders. You know what?
I think that's just the output quality.
I'll just live with the black borders. I don't really care. Boy, that is a way longer lag, though. Here. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 1,000, 12, 1,000, 13, 1,000, 14, 1,000, 15, 1,000, 16, 1,000. Ooh, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Wow, that is a 37-second lag.
It's because it's a higher quality stream, so it's on
Higher quality stream has more lag, apparently, people. So apologies for all this trying to figure stuff out. So no more pixelation, but yeah, the lag. So I do have this set up so. Oh crap! Sorry about the clop. So if I'm watching this, if I just pop this out, then I can watch the super chats on the OBS.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pop out the chat. Let me reduce, and let me just close this. I hate closing that window though. Yeah, let me just reduce it. And then try not to have a million tabs open, of course. Let me try to minimize. Oh, I can just close this one. Then open OBS. And then open Chrome. Darn it. Does it not want... It doesn't seem to want both of them open on the same...
That's good. That's full screen.
Well, how do I unfull screen it? You're the one that made it full screen.
I just clicked this full screen button.
Here we go. Alright. Drop that down. Sorry, people. I'm still learning things. And then... Yeah. Okay, but now my chat isn't actually saying anything. What the heck? Popped out the chat, but the chat's blank. Alright, restore chat. Now I look like I'm locked up.
It's because you're doing so many things on your computer. It's taking a bit to load everything.
The image of you in the corner is instant, but the one of you drawing is slow. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave this up. I gotta get to work. So, how's everyone doing this fine Saturday afternoon? I had to reinstall OBS to make a couple recordings today saying stuff. You need a new computer mic. I'm aware of that. I really wish people would stop telling me what I need, because I know. I need a whole bunch of stuff. And this freaking light keeps blinking. It's pissing me off. Alright. Ugh, that's too dark now. Oh, you know what? That's... I'm not plugged into anything yet. One moment, please, while I do mess around a thing or two and figure out everything that needs to be done so that you fine people can have the best experience possible. Right, okay, so here we go. Sharpening my brush. Sharpening my brush to do some lovely hair.
It's what's his name? The dude that says and.
And you mean Rob Lowe? Alrighty. And Perkins. Ooh, double camera, fancy. Yeah, I've had OBS on this computer for a while. I just, I don't want to. I know I should take the time to learn. I want to finish this book. After I finish this book, I can take a little time out of my schedule, learn the fancy bells and whistles, maybe get some other necessary things to improve the quality of the experience on the old Blacklist Universe channel. But honestly, my first priority is getting this book done, so some of that stuff's just going to have to wait. Feel free to continue complaining about it, though, because I love that. So, can you see here? I think you can. I'm not quite sure where my center is. There's a heck of a lag on the chat, though. Wow. So I do apologize, all of y'all who want to speak to me and have an instantaneous conversation. But, yeah, that doesn't seem to want to happen right now. 37-second delay. That is quite the delay. And yeah, we'd have to figure out some other way if I was going to use OBS to have guests on. So, to like, Google, what is it, Google Hangouts?
Yeah, but I feel like you need to do something else.
Like, have a different computer.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take the computer that's in the garage and, like, take it to Fry's and have them, like, reset everything. Because that's a pretty powerful computer.
No, it has a bad graphics card. The graphics card's really outdated. I think I might have applied the phone space incorrectly. That might be a problem here.
So
It has very bad airflow problems and it overheats very easily.
So it just needs a new graphics card.
Not just that, it needs fans.
Okay, things that aren't going to cost $1,000.
Fans don't cost $1,000.
I'm just what I'm saying, dude. You can replace parts on. That's why you get a PC, so you can replace parts on it without having to buy a new computer. Maybe I'll just get it to Pixel Trader, and he can fix it up for me. So I kind of had a change of mind in my story from where I had written it to when I started drawing this page, because it dawned on me. I had the action going very quickly from her, like, having been attacked in the previous page, which you guys saw, to her, like, recognizing Lone Star as Robert, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck? I'm like, she was just attacked. She would be, like, freaked out. So it is changing. Whoa! So it's like lower frame rate but higher quality. That's trippy.
Huh?
It's like lower frame rate but higher quality per frame. That's what buffering does. That's cool. I could deal with that. I could deal with that. So yeah, I kind of changed the whole dynamic of this page on the fly from my original plot outline. But it should read better and more authentically, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, that is the benefit of doing your own, working on your own script work, because listening to this as I package Stardust. Oh. Pack away, Nasser, pack away. And Nasser knows. I jest with him a lot. Don't take it too seriously, kid. It's just me. It's just me ribbing yez all.
Wait, how did I not see that?
It's 480p. Looks better? Question mark. The actual illustration is 480p? I mean, at least you can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm watching it too on YouTube, so because I can't access. Whatever. I was having trouble popping out the chat and doing it at the same time, so. It's red glare, no bones bursting. Have you sent all the Arizona ones? It's not blurry. It's not blurry. Yes, it's not blurry. It's not blurry. This is riveting conversation, guys. But if you can't come up with a better question or comment than "it's not blurry," it's not blurry, then come on. I'm here. I'm drawing. I'm inking, so I can actually speak. I can think and ink at the same time. So, what's the topic of the day today? Besides Supreme Court shenanigans. Seems to be all there is on the news nowadays. It's funny because I still go back to Facebook once in a while to catch up on the occasional tirade by one of my friends on there who's still terribly busy wasting their time hating on everything Trump does. It just seems like such a waste of time, even though I used to do that all the time. I'm not hate on Trump, but just sit there and argue politics on Facebook non-stop. It's like, ugh. I've gotten so busy, it's weird. It's like, it's not like I don't care, but what's it gonna do? Whose mind has been changed? Topic is Lindsay Lohan got punched in the face in Russia. Really? Isn't that interesting? Have you talked to Diamond yet about getting into shops? No, I have not, Nasser. I'm not going to worry about that for some time. I haven't finished drawing a single comic book yet. I don't want to worry about Diamond. And this version is never going to Diamond anyways. Maybe, you know, a newsprint single issue version of that's 24 pages or something, but certainly not this. So not at the top of my priority list. Top of my priority list is fulfilling this campaign. Oops, extra. Best Dark Helmet voice. Lone Star. I can't. I need to star. So Lindsay Lohan got punched in the face. By who? Who punched Lindsay Lohan in the face?
Lindsay Lohan.
By herself. She just bopped herself in the face. Sort of like Not Famous has been doing on Twitter the last 2 days. Talk about Schadenfreude. I have been enjoying myself way too much watching that freaking dumpster fire of a person just rot in her own words. So much fun. Putin did. Putin. Asking Comic Book Bob asked if I saw the article on Bleeding Cool about Diversity in Comics lawsuit against Marvel. I saw that there was an article. I didn't read it. Maybe I'll get to that later. I really did want to get to work, so. I mean, when you're this close, you're like, oh my gosh, I can see the finish line. I can see the finish line. I'm seeing, and I'm going to New York next week, so I want to make sure I have all my Lone Star pages done before I head out to New York, which you know, I leave on a Wednesday, so 2 more pages. I got to get them done before I leave Wednesday. And crud, maybe I'm not going to be able to because I also need to get all my stuff ready for New York. Oopsie. Well, we'll see. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to finish this page up and maybe try to start another page tonight. Can't work on Sunday. Try to get everything done Monday, Tuesday. Darn it. Maybe I should do some like Got Mike videos to auto populate while I'm at the con. See all obstacles in my way. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I'm gonna open her eyes up a little more. Terrified. Like a kitten. Looking like a little kitten scared of a big people. By the way, I think we have it set up so that Super Chats will show up as big old comments on the screen. If anybody wants to throw a buck up there and see if that works.
Oh yeah, let me check something.
What are you looking for? Obs. Chat alerts?
Yeah, I don't know if it works.
Well, then.
I want to show something with you.
Whoa, what are you doing?
With that. I know. Just want to see. Yeah, it's a really high bit rate for our internet. Try 1200.
My phone is getting all cramped up.
That might make it run faster. And
It's gonna lower the resolution?
I'm not sure. Oh, Sierra Whiskey donated $1.99.
Hey,
Big old comment.
Look at that. Nice. What do you say? Big old comment. Oh. Look at that. Thank you, Sierra Whiskey, for the test run. Sierra, I was talking to
Antoine Dennison donated $2. How'd the ASOIF chat go?
Oh, it went great. It went really well. I mean, unfortunately, it was at the same time as Ethan, so the crowd was all over Ethan's channel. But the chat itself and the subsequent video, I mean, I think it went really well. It was really fun. I had so much... Dude, I could talk Game of Thrones crap all day long. So, it was so much fun for me. And Quinn got here, gray area, actually fell asleep and was like super apologetic for missing it. But yeah, it was all kinds of fun. If we had both of them on there for next week, which I think we're going to do earlier because she fell asleep because I had it set for so late. But it'll be even cooler. Looking forward, excuse me, to that.
Jake Rare.
Jake Rare. Jake.
I'm not going to keep
Yeah, like John Malin. Excuse my yawn. Thank you, Jake. Test, test, test. You guys like that great big eagle? Lone Star.
do some animations for it.
You got 2 or 3 tests done. So, yeah.
Alright. Oh yeah. Look at that. Bam! So, yeah, Sierra, and this will apply to Nick P. and whoever else is in Southern California. Yeah, I was talking to Art today about doing that, like doing a little SoCal get-together, maybe a lunch or something for Comic Skate. Me, Art, whatever fans would want to get together and do that. Could be fun. So now Sierra's going to have to wait for 30 seconds to hear what I just said.
It might be low.
Oh, it might be faster now?
Yeah.
Really? Hmm. So, anyways. Yeah, Art said he'd drive down to San Diego. We could do something around here. Round San Diego somewhere. And do a little hangout. A hangout with the pros, the fans. I don't think there's any of the YouTube like critics, Comic Skate critics in town or even in LA that I can think of. Seems like everybody is on the East Coast. What is it about the East Coast? So that could be fun. You're in. Keep us updated. I will. When we figure it out. When are you going to be in New York next week? You still gonna stream? I am going to be in New York next week, and I am going to figure out some way to stream. I probably won't be able, since I won't have my computer, I won't be able to do like Aloha Hour or... Oh, you know what? Maybe we could just bump Aloha Hour. Ah, shoot, I don't know if I'm going to have time.
But I wouldn't follow those.
That's what I'm saying.
For
You
a few
could,
different times.
yeah. Actually, yeah. At this point, I don't know. I don't know what I'd be able to do streaming-wise from there. I hope it doesn't hurt my channel. If doing conventions hurt my channel, it would, like, it would be no bueno. Not Famous's implosion was indeed fun to behold. I have not enjoyed that level of Schadenfreude in a good long time.
That's Schadenfreude.
No, it's Schadenfreude, not
That's
fraud.
what you made.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about what I made. I'm talking about legit Schadenfreude. That was too much fun, man. Her words are so freaking hollow now. It's hilarious. This camera setup is awesome. I know. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. It's like two for the price of one. Only 64 people watching. I guess a lot of people are John Malin's channel. He's doing a CG intro to some artist, which is nice. It's good for him. Good of him to do that. I just wanted to draw, so then try this OBS thing. Yeah, I'm actually running this on my Mac. Old goat. People helping stuff mailers. I mean, okay, granted, I probably need people helping stuff mailers. But if I'm doing like a launch party, I don't think that would be the ideal. Yeah, that could be cool. I should be getting the dog tags in about 2 weeks. So that should be fun. We are here. Should have been here when I launched. That's good. Yeah, like I was saying, Dennis, this isn't a camera setup I can use and do like group chats or anything. So, or at least not that I've figured out how, or that my son has figured out how. So, I don't know, maybe at some point, but I don't think I could do the camera in camera. How did you hurt your pinky? That's what happens when you use the wrong knife when you're preparing food. I was using a fillet knife rather than the appropriate kitchen knife to cut little pieces of artichoke heart, and somehow or another, I think maybe my pinky was down here, and like I was holding a thing, and I went like this or something to cut it, and it like went through and it's just almost to the bone. It was so, my stomach just started twisting. I was like, ugh, because you know fillet knives are sharp. Unfortunately, all the other knives in the kitchen were dirty. So, oh crap! And now I just got pink stuff on my. I got paint from my brush. Ah! Ah! No! Dang it! I blame you. Who said that? Who asked me about my freaking... Oh, man. No, I laid my brush down on it because I was trying to erase this orange line. I will crush you. Oh, man. It's time to restart here. That hurts worse than slicing my pinky open with a fillet knife. Help me, Elijah. You're my only hope. Mike is asking for your help. Mike has officially given blood, sweat, and tears for this project. It's sad, but it's true. It is sad and true. Probably a couple gray hairs too. Some stress lines. Some blood pressure issues. This whole thing is not for the faint of heart. This whole Indiegogo, YouTube, this Comicsgate model of comic book production, marketing, sales. It is seriously bloody hell. It is seriously not for the faint of heart. We're trying to say, oh, anyone can do it. Anyone cannot do this. Anyone cannot do this. Not to say I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying, boy, people are not going to be willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears required to create this marketplace. They're going to end up just relying on other influencers like Ethan and Mitch, myself, just the crowd. They're gonna count on those influencers to carry their books, and I mean you see that in some of the newer batch of books coming out. I mean, honestly, you see it with Nasser. Nasser, you still there? That's kind of Nasser's whole thing. He isn't building up his channel much, if at all. He's just showing up. He's there, and he's become a face that people are familiar with and who people want to support. But he's doing it, through other influencers' channels, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's like the model that when Ethan. I got on Ethan's channel that first night when he funded at $400,000, and I'm like, he's like, Mike, you got to be part of Comicsgate, and I'm like, okay. I didn't even know what it meant. I'm just like, whatever you say, Ethan. So I jumped in with both feet, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow this business model that Ethan and Richard have forged for us, those of us who are willing to follow. And because of that, look, I've got a very, very successful, by any measurement, a very successful Indiegogo campaign. And compared to those who are not following the model as laid out, they're having lesser success. I mean, you see. Well, I'll give you an example of someone who is following the model. Is Doug TeNapel, right? Doug TeNapel has got on there. He is on his YouTube channel, trying to build it up every single day. He is becoming his own influencer. He's got guests. He's doing a consistent show with the Doug Show, and he's got a campaign over $100,000, right? You see the same thing. John Malin. Well, John Malin has the advantage of being the artist on the second largest Comicsgate book out there. Jailbreakers. Sorry. I need some water. Can somebody go grab me a bottle of water? Can somebody go grab me a fresh bottle of water? Can somebody go grab me a brand new bottle of water? Can I just get a brand new bottle of water, please? Why is this so hard? Nobody wants to walk into the kitchen to get me a bottle of water. But then you got guys like Nasser. I don't want to name everybody, but they are also having success. But they're having. Thank you very much. When did we buy more Avion? I know, I wasn't asking you. You just got me. What?
Why did no one comment?
What was the question? What was your question? You don't know what your question was? All right.
You didn't even
Ah, rehydration. Rehydration. So, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Basically, yeah. Not everybody's going to be able to come in here and you know, spend countless hours, you know, building up a YouTube channel to become their own influencer, which in a sense leaves them sort of at the mercy. I hate to phrase it that way, but it leaves them at the mercy of those of us who are willing to put in the time and the effort, the blood, the sweat, and the tears to become our own influencers, right? Granted, I would not be anywhere near as successful without the help of Ethan's channel, Ethan himself. But at this rate, where I am now, say I did another Indiegogo, there, you know, even if I never went on Ethan's show, I would still have a successful Indiegogo campaign. It wouldn't be as successful because Ethan is the pimp daddy, but I don't know if he's gonna like that. But you know, if some of these other guys aren't willing to put in the time and effort, they are going to be at the mercy of the rest of us. Because it's like, you know, hey, can I come on your show? Hey, can I come on your show? Hey, can I come on your show? And because they don't want to take the time and effort to make their own shows, make their own channels, and build out. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. And if you disagree, please, by all means, disagree with me. Disagreement is much funner conversation. That bottom right panel, though. Nasser is the face of support. Someone get Mike a freaking bottle of water. Thank you. G-rated stream show. That's right. Albert Stoddard says, I watched Doug's show once. I got tetanus. He's watching something else. Let's see. I'm having a hard time getting this chat to scroll up and down. Hey, who's outside? Is that Jojo? Is Jojo outside by himself? Elijah, go check. He's outside. Oh, he better not have been playing with the neighbor's frickin' sprinklers again. Tell me he's not wet. CJ, is he wet? Jojo has this really bad habit of going outside and playing with his neighbor's sprinklers while they're on and just jacking them up. Which my neighbor, who's a very nice guy, does not appreciate. Alright, let me try popping this out again. So strange. When I pop out the chat, it goes blank. Weird. Alright, let's try restore the chat. Restore chat. Restore chat. I feel like I'm locking at my... the whinging is real. Jojo's making a run for it. How are you going to work around the paint spot? It's a tiny little arm, so I'm just going to ink right over it. Dog walks in and shakes water home. No, Jojo's my son, not my dog. Kids love sprinklers. Yeah, he does. Well, you know, JoJo's special needs, so has a hard time remembering rules he's not supposed to break. And so, hi, Mr. Miller. Sir Fancy Pants. Who's Sir Fancy Pants? Is that Silas?
Casually, oh, hey, Mom. After getting exercise because there was a demon inside of him.
2, 3, 4.
You finish casually.
2. Terrible, 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 terrible. Dr. White, possibly, but I think people enjoy watching an artist draw, so it helps. Dr. White. Oh, if you're entertaining and interacting with an audience, then you don't need to always draw. No, I'm drawing. Honestly, I mean, I can sit here and like do my show, but I can talk and draw at the same time. I know a lot of artists have trouble with that, but because I do, I figured you guys would. I figure you guys enjoy it when I come on here and draw and talk, entertaining the folks. So I do that for your benefit. I could just sit here and record these things and then, you know, have my son truncate them to make shorter videos. But it's really weird. I noticed that, you know, everyone says, oh, make pre-recorded videos. Dude, my pre-recorded videos usually don't get half the videos of my live, or half the views of my live streams.
Maybe they're not as interesting.
2, 3. Well, that's a point, right? 4. Come on. 5. 6. I'm trying to do this the right amount of stripes on the flag. I think live videos are just more interesting. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, the one I have.
Oh, I was thinking about
Or maybe I have to become more interesting in my recorded videos. I wasn't speaking on that. I was speaking to the point of drawing being the only way to keep an audience entertained. Oh. No. I mean, you notice, like, Ethan almost never draws on his streams. And his more entertaining streams, I don't know, how do you say it? His not drawing streams are far more popular than his drawing streams, because Ethan says, you know, he's one of these guys that can't draw and talk at the same time. So I was watching him draw the other night, but he had his mic set to mute, so it was just like you're watching him draw and you're watching people have their own little conversations in the chat, and it was just you know, it was interesting. I love watching other people draw. But actually, I don't even have a book. I do love watching other people. It's fun. I don't know if it's as fun for non-artists as it is for artists to just sit there and watch people draw. But I do get a kick out of it. So what Ethan would probably do with that stream is download it, you know, speed it up, and then re-upload it as a quick draw stream. It's impressive that you can draw and talk as well as you do. Well, thank you. Because I've already done all the hard work. I'm just inking. Inking is like... Inking, there's no thinking in my inking. Well, there's minimal thinking in my inking, so... Because I've already done all the constructive lines. I've done all the... You know... I leave a little bit to my inking imagination in the drawing process, but It's not enough to freaking block my brain from
Where are all the memes?
cogitation.
In the memes.
Cogitate. To cogitate. Cogitate means to think. Let me cogitate for a while. My cognitive cogitation was coalescing in a conundrum of... I can't think of another good C word. Cacophonous. Join my party. Who is that?
Hello? Dance if you can hear me.
Dance if you can hear me. Only ever said on one video game. Dance if you can hear me.
Can you talk?
How quickly does that ink dry? Because it's driving me crazy watching your hand rest on the images. It dries quickly. Can you turn that off? Especially if they're very thin lines. If you lay out some thicker lines, it does take a while to dry. So, and if you're inking with the brush, it dries super fast because it's a really thin sort of a layer of ink. I mean, unless you're like doing big globs. Like, see here, it gets real shiny because that's where I'm doing layer after layer of ink here because that's where I'm sharpening my brush tip. Kitchen gun. Bang, bang, bang. What the heck is CJ doing to Isaac?
Bad.
Well, go stop him.
I'll stop him! CJ!
My nose hurts here.
I stopped him.
Don't do bad things to Isaac.
Stop the...
You, CJ, don't do bad things to Isaac.
CJ, look at all these caps. Can you hear me?
I don't speak Chinese.
That's if you can hear me.
No, so what happened was, like, I was drinking, and he got the water bottle, and he, like, pushed it, and squeezed it, so it, like, came out of my nose.
Were you on my bed?
Yes,
So my bed is all wet.
most likely. Blame Isaac, he's the one that did it.
How about this? You guys stay out of my room.
Okay.
Oh, I hate you.
At this point in your career, do you ever have to make an extra effort to figure out how to draw a new posture or perspective in a cell?
Prove it.
There are, yeah, there's postures and perspectives that are more difficult than others. Actually, I enjoy those kind of challenges. I get kind of bored drawing the same old, standby postures all the time. I had an art. I'm not going to name names, but there's a very well-known artist, and I was talking to his art dealer years and years ago, and we were talking about how this artist only has like 7 poses. It's so funny. And this was the guy's art dealer. You would all know this artist, by the way. In fact, you could probably guess. But if you do guess, I'm not going to say yes or no.
A lot of tracks.
Do you use a scanner to put your work online? If so, what kind? Yes, I do. I use a Workforce 7510, 7510, 7510. 7510?
Have you seen this?
Yeah. So, Sierra Whiskey. All right, buddy. Peace out.
This kitchen is so hard to clean. If only there was an easier way.
Kitchen gun.
But just 3 shots from kitchen gun. And it sparkles like new. Look how it cleans this greasy earth.
Sparkles like new.
Floppy tiles. Rusty taps. You can even use it on the washing up. There, see it again. New kitchen gun. Now with laser sight and night vision for after dark cleaning.
What size brush do you use? Do you use a nib at all? I'm using a nib right now, man. Come on, Bob. You didn't look at that. You didn't ask before. You didn't look before you asked. Look before you leap, lad. Oh, thank you. Is it dead? Mm-hmm. Right. Ooh, Jojo, Elijah, can you change Jojo's diaper? He stinks. Actually, just take him out of that diaper, clean him up, and then put him in some underwear.
Come on.
If he had underwear on the first place, he wouldn't have pooped in a diaper. Jojo, go! This is the life. This is the life. I love black and white, like old Savage Sword of Conan. Savage Sword of Conan. Wasn't that Barry Windsor Smith? Yeah, Barry Windsor Smith can do no wrong. Bang, bang, bang. I just asked that question like 20 minutes ago. Was it 20 minutes ago? Was I using a brush at the time? Sorry, I guess there's not a lot of chat going on. Boy, you guys have access to world famous comic book artists and you don't even ask any questions. Alright, I think I'm done with these bottom panels. I can start on the first one now. This is kind of a weird angle here. So she's like here on her knees. And he's practically standing up. So, I mean, I should have probably had him squatting down a little bit, but I don't know. I thought I could get away with it. I think it works regardless. Bet. What is your favorite character to drop? To draw. Not drop. John Cena. No, it was Joker. But, I don't know now. I probably have to say my own characters. I have my own characters to draw now, so... But the reason I liked drawing Joker was because I liked drawing expression, and I like drawing fabric. So most superheroes, like, oh my gosh, I got really tired of drawing Batman, frankly, because he's got one expression. And his cape was the funnest part about drawing him because of the fabric. So. There was another question. Sir Fancy Pants, you know who I am, right? I'm assuming you're Silas. Just had to pop in and peek over your shoulder. Dude, looking sharp. Thank you, thank you.